Oh, yeah, I am back. I am back. It is a great day to be here on PATP. Big thanks to Rich yesterday for carrying the damn show solo.
Right?
Mad respect for that,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Mad respect for that, man.
Thank
That was
y'all
great.
for. I said it was like a secret wheel of pain punishment. I felt
No,
like,
it
or something,
definitely,
man.
a solo show is the toughest to do, and I appreciate it and respect that, man. That's awesome.
No, yeah.
Yeah, no, I've got a sinus infection. Luckily, I got to my doctor quickly enough because we have a good relationship. I can text him if I have to and go, "Hey, man, I'm in a jam here. Can you hook me up?"
Right.
And that's what I did. And he got me some antibiotics. So I started yesterday. It was, one of those strong ones you take every 6 hours. So, by the time I talked to you, I already had 2 or 3 in me, So
Well,
my voice is a little bit gravelly, but not too bad.
It was one thing because you had texted earlier and you're like, "Hey, man, I'm not going to be able to make
Yeah.
it." And I had that thought of like, free day off, and then I was like,
Yeah.
last time I said that the next time it happened, I would host the show because I know everybody was like, "Come on, man, you can do it. Step it up. Like, we need our Patrick and the people."
Right.
So then I was like, "All right, I'm going to go in and do it and knock it out." I figured, hey, at least Brandon will be there to do, help me out. And whatever.
Right.
So then we get started, and I'm not seeing anything move around, not seeing Brendan in the chat, and I was like, "Oh, we're gonna do it completely on our own."
Completely on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's something else.
I'm glad you're feeling better, though, man. Welcome back.
No, I'm glad to be
Hey,
back.
you missed some great hot button topics
No,
yesterday,
and,
man.
And I want to circle back to some of those because I heard some of those topics were good, and definitely going to do it. I saw that somebody, Sean, was. I don't see the comment now, but he was. Does that still?
Yeah.
There?
So this was left. Apparently, Sean was watching it last night.
Yeah, okay.
Because it
All
says the timestamp was like 11:30.
Yeah.
But yeah, they commented on Facebook and said, "Hey Pat, Legion means the devil's people?" Question mark? Question mark. What? You're smart? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark. And then said, "Explain. I've been a fan for a long time." So,
Okay.
would you please inform this fan about how you're a devil worshipping podcast?
Yeah. Man, on one hand, I just want to be kind and explain it. On the other, I kind of want to, give you a little hell about that because I'm like, are you really coming at me that way? I mean, no, yeah, I've converted over. Now I'm a full-on Satanist, and no, the answer is it's not my company. Legion Scaffold is the company that provided our studio and is the sponsor. So they named their own company. However, Legion is not a term restricted to something satanic. Legion has applied to many different things throughout history. So that's really an errant comment, and probably you might want to read a little bit more about the origin of that word, how it's been used, where it's been used. Because I don't believe the people that have the scalpel company are satanic either, to my knowledge. Matter of fact, I'm a groomsman at one of their weddings, one of the owner's weddings, and that's not very satanic. So if he is, he's not doing a very good job of it. I'll say that. So there's the answer to that question.
It's no wonder you're so angry all the time, man. It's all them demons you got going
That's
on.
it. It's all the demons that I got. That's right. Yeah, y'all had some pretty good topics, huh?
Yeah, man. Yeah, there was some good topics that we had just I'd seen in the news. We had one thing that we had talked about was there was this article that was in there, and I don't know. I don't think I can pull it up when
It's
you
okay.
have it pulled up, but. Anyways, it was about like things that millennials wish their baby boomer parents understood.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's always interesting to hear those gaps.
Right. And like because I'd kind of skimmed through it, and when I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, this is, this will be good. We'll get a little, laugh at the whine of millennials, yeah, you think.
Yeah.
But then I was reading through it, and I'm like, no, I agree with some of these things. Like,
Right.
yeah, like
It's not just millennials, maybe.
right. And I'm on that millennial cusp, man. 86. I'm like, I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, Brando. Anyways, we were talking about it, and like one of the things was that millennial parents wish their baby boomer parents understood that we can't raise our kids the same way they raised us.
Oh, right.
Like we've
right.
got to be a little bit more worried about emotional health and and talking to
Sure.
them and everything.
Yeah.
We can't just And so I had gotten on the topic of I can relate to that because and again I said yesterday I said I understand here in the South because again born and raised in Michigan. So here in the South it's not as frowned upon, but
Right.
like up there where I'm from. If you're out and let's say you're at a Walmart and your kid's acting up and
you whoop your
screaming and
kid.
throwing a tantrum and you give them that little on the butt to say, hey, straighten up.
Yeah.
Like CPS is going to be there by the time you get to the checkout.
Really?
Yeah, for real.
No, I believe that. That's a really interesting question and a really interesting place. And we've talked about it before, but I definitely, definitely don't raise my kids the way my dad parented me.
Right.
Some aspects of it I kept, and you can start at the baseline of, I guess, the most debated topic I think among parents is spanking, right?
Right.
I mean, that tends to be the one where the heat comes. So, I grew up in an era of spankings. I mean, and my dad used a belt to do it.
Right.
And first of all, that's pretty intimidating, and it's borderline cruel to me.
Yeah.
And
I would agree. I've never used a belt.
Yeah. Now I'm not judging. I'm not trying to judge. I'm just trying to be honest here. So for me, where it changed is, I guess, from the time my son was maybe 2 until they were 6, 7, 6, probably closer.
Yeah.
If they did something outrageous, they might get a swat on the butt. Or, if I was scared, like they ran out in the street.
Right,
All right. I might swat that ass a couple times on the way home.
Right.
So don't do that again.
Right.
Because I didn't want them to do that again.
Right.
What's up, Lindsay? How are you? Good morning to you. So yeah, that's true. But there was an age for me where I quit doing that. Because I'm talking to you now. Now you're old enough. I'm reasoning with you. We're having conversations.
Right.
An ass whooping to me either becomes, it separates us.
Right.
And so in my mind, because in my home, my father and I, as an adult child, were not, I didn't feel warm to him. I didn't feel close to him. I didn't feel loved by him.
Gotcha.
I was just there.
Right.
He was a disciplinarian. He did what he thought he needed to do. I'm not knocking him because I feel like he did everything the best way he could do it.
Right.
But I also felt like it wasn't really helpful in doing anything except frightening me and making me learn how to get around things or hide things, or I just didn't want that ass beat.
Right.
Brandon said belts work though. Well, I don't know. Are you spanking your kids, Brandon? I mean, I'm just saying, honestly.
What's up, Mikey G?
It might have worked for you when your dad did it, but maybe on a limited basis it works. But you don't have to do that. I think that for mental health reasons, that's a traumatic thing,
Right.
If you got to get a belt, make somebody, the whole pageantry of it to me is just, it's very violent.
Right.
And it never taught me anything. So now, having said that, are my kids a little softer than I was? Sure.
Right.
But they didn't grow up in the world I grew up in either.
Right.
Let's be honest. I mean, if I look back at that same time frame, because I grew up in the 80s, right? I was a kid in the 70s, a little kid in the 70s,
Okay.
and a teenager in the 80s, all right? So it was also cool, so to speak, for my dad to beat my mom.
Yeah.
I mean, truly. I mean, look, if he roughed her up and the police came, they might say, keep it down if we have to come back here, but it wasn't, hey, man, you don't do that, bro.
Yeah. You're going to
don't
jail.
do
And
that.
yeah. Right.
You don't put your hands on her. You don't intimidate her. Don't threaten her. Don't do anything
Yeah.
like that, right? But back then, that was very acceptable. You understand? But would that be acceptable now? Is it okay
hell no.
now?
Hell no.
Is it okay to smack your wife or intimidate
Thank
her
goodness it's
in
not,
any
but-
possible? I'm asking.
Right.
Is it in any possible way okay to do that?
No. absolutely not.
No. And if you say otherwise, there's something not, I mean, you have to address that in yourself because there's no possible way that's okay.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
And so, should it be much different for your kids, really, if you love them? You have to discipline, you have to correct them,
Right.
you have to help them understand what the rules are. But I don't think it always has to be violence first to do it.
I agree.
That's just me.
Right.
Now, I did understand getting licks in school, and I got a lot of them.
Yeah.
And that debate is a little tougher, to have because I can understand someone
You talking
doing
about like corporal
like
punishment?
paddlings.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it's mostly frowned upon now. But, one of the problems I do have, and we all have, is okay, so we transitioned away from that, and what happened at school?
Right.
Everybody went nuts, and they don't care they don't have any respect for teachers anymore. There's no fear of what happens
Right,
if I act up, because what are you going to do?
Right. Send me to the office.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Nothing. So that is problematic in some ways, but I don't know that whether a paddling is the right answer or not. But
enough.
something's not right,
Right.
But what an interesting topic,
Well, it was. They were even on Facebook. Mitchell Rudder had just commented and said, nowadays it's a reward system. He said he likes to unplug the Wi-Fi. And Mikey G from Dad's After Dark said his mom used to make him pick out his switch.
Yeah.
And he said, his kids lose their damn minds now if the Wi-Fi goes down.
Yeah, no, it is true. Look, this is the trade-off. And Laura and I have had this conversation a lot recently.
But that is, sorry to stop you in your train of thought, but thinking about that, it's so accurate because I'm like my kiddo has an iPad, his tablet.
Yes.
And he's been trying to take it outside with him.
Yes.
And I'm like, it does not leave the house. That thing is going to get cracked. It's going to get broken.
Right.
And he is just absolutely dead set on not listening to me about it.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, that day is going to come where it's going to get broke. You're not going to have it anymore. Mm-hmm. And you're not going to go back to using my phone or whatever.
Right.
You're just going to be without it. And he looked at me and he goes, well, then I'm going to be bored, Dad. And I was like, yeah, welcome to being a kid.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out.
No, that's true.
But on the flip side of that, thinking back to my childhood, if I had said, oh, but I'm going to be bored and my tablet's going to be, I would have gotten my teeth knocked out.
Absolutely, you would have. Absolutely. And that would have been the way to deal with it because in that era, it was a military mindset of how you raise your kids.
Yes.
It was very military.
Right.
And look, if you go further back, and you have to go further back to, almost like the Wild West, where, those kids by 14 or 15 were working the farm.
I mean, absolutely true, though.
You had to teach them things quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Right.
And you had to make them understand what time it was or they would die.
Right.
Because everything was going to kill you then, right?
Right.
The whole world was Australia. Everything wanted to kill you. So, then you can understand the sense of urgency to get that point across and the physicality needed to be grow into a strong wheat farmer or whatever you were going to be at that time.
Right.
A blacksmith, who knows? But you fast forward to now and it's different. That world is not the same world.
Right.
And you're exactly right. I mean, look, again, the debate that Laura and I have had is, my kids are mentally much better.
Right.
They are not out running the streets doing crazy shit. Right. They're not committing crimes. These are things I was doing at their age.
Yeah.
And I don't mean I was robbing banks, not that kind of crime, but I was doing things I shouldn't be doing, and so they're much better off. They're much kinder.
Right.
They're much gentler.
Right.
They're warmer people. And that's one, they didn't come out, they didn't walk into the world with a chip on their shoulder.
Right.
Hating so many different things. But on the flip side, they don't know how to do a lot of shit. And they're soft.
Yeah.
They're soft.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't have the drive or determination or work ethic. They can't work through certain things at times that we had to because we didn't have a choice.
Right. Right.
You know?
That's
I
what
mean,
you did. Yeah.
That's how you survived. And it was more like surviving your childhood than anything else. You know, you survived their idiocy and
Right.
you made it out, and somehow it made you strong as hell. You know?
That's so true, though.
I mean, it kind of is, isn't it?
You're not wrong,
No,
man, at
I mean,
all.
I look man,
because that's what I say. I'm like, I look back on it, and now given like my childhood when I was going through it, I was like, oh man, childhood sucks.
Yeah.
Now that I'm an adult and I look back, I'm like, it wasn't that bad. Like, okay, I may not have gotten things that I
Right.
wanted.
Yeah.
I didn't keep up with the Joneses. I was the hand-me-down kid. So. I didn't have the luxury of having brand new clothes and the newest toys and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But again, like if I had all that stuff, would I be as passionate and driven as I am now to pursue?
And that's where the difference is. Look, when I grew up, there was lead paint.
Right.
Okay, we might take a chip off the wall and try to put it in our mouth. My parents smoked, both of them, in the house.
Yeah,
in
mine
the
did
car.
too. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Literally.
There used to be ashtrays in the car.
In the car, in the airplane, in the hospital, at the library. It didn't matter where you were.
Right.
You could smoke. And listen, my mom smoked when she was pregnant with me.
I'm kidding.
She smoked when she was pregnant with me. So just think about this. I had nicotine. I was smoking before I ever came out the womb, bro. You understand that?
True, yes.
So the fact that I ended up smoking is not shocking. I smoked in the womb. Then I got in the car where my parents smoked on the way home.
All right.
Where they put me in the crib in the house they smoked in. Okay, so are those the good old days? I don't know. Went to the hospital 3 times having an asthma attack, and they're asking my parents, what do you think's going on? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you're smoking all day and night in the house. You're killing me. I don't know what's causing it. The good old days, though, right?
Right.
Right after my dad smacked my mom around, they could smoke, and, she could nurse her black eye.
Right.
You know?
Killed baby angry Patrick.
That's right.
Slowly.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it explains the sultry voice. That's right, Jim. Yeah, you smoke at 0.5 years old, and you'll understand too. I was catching them Winstons young, son. Yeah, man. It is always interesting though to try to.
You watching
figure
Tom
the
and
balance.
Jerry and reaching for the TV when the cigarette commercials came
That's
on,
right. That's right. That's another thing too. Is you look at even stuff like that. The TV of our era, or everything back then.
Oh,
dude, it was just people can glamorize it if they want to, but every era has its cringy things.
Right.
And the further we get from the Wild West, the better we're becoming. Even if there are transitional periods where our kids don't quite get what survival means. Life eventually will teach them this lesson. It just may take longer.
Right.
May take longer.
Or, they may fail and
they could.
Hey,
They could.
thanks for playing.
Hey, you know what? Even their fails are better than some of the successes I had early. I can promise you that. But yeah, no, it's definitely different, and it's an interesting conversation. I'm not here to judge anyone for how they discipline. Some things really bother me. I dated a girl one time. I say I dated. I went out with a girl one time, and by out, I went to her house.
Yeah.
Right. Because
some
I was
time,
I was in my 20s, man, and went over to hang out. You know what I'm saying?
Laying some pipe. Yeah.
I don't know about that. But anyway, maybe. But she disciplined her kid, and her form of discipline is at that time was up downs, is what she called them. And that's where you bend all the way down at the knee. And come up, down, up, down.
Right.
And she had him doing these for some ungodly amount of time. And, at some point I said, that might not be good for his knees long term. I mean, he might need a knee replacement at 16 if you keep this up. It seems really like a shitty, I know you're not spanking him, but I might take the whooping. I don't know. Maybe that dude's a record squatter now. Might be the world record holder for all I know. Hey, Brandon, easy how you say that. He said Patrick's mouth is his moneymaker now. Yeah, easy, player. Easy. Easy. I ain't going to have any of that going on.
Mitchell said there's absolutely no common sense in kids nowadays is my thing. I think the iPad generation is the reason we ran the street. And then he also said y'all wore windsuit pants, didn't you?
Yes, absolutely. We wore windsuit pants. We wore the whole windsuit because we thought it was cool.
Right.
You know, it was at that time.
It was.
It's not now. Yeah, no. What was he saying? Kids?
Parachute
The iPod kids.
Yeah, the
iPad
iPad,
kids.
yeah.
Yeah, you know, here's the difference, though, man. let me share just one subtle difference of where that can be better too, because I guarantee you, wherever you grew up, most of you listening, watching right now, wherever you grew up, if you're over 40, okay, let's say you're over 40, whatever your rival school was, the towns near you, you hated them. You hated them. You didn't just not like them, you hated them. I graduated from Bryant. If you were from Benton, I hated your guts. But why? Because you were from Benton. That was enough. That was it.
Right.
That was the rivalry, right? Okay. Is that smart? Probably not at all. But fast forward to my kids' generation, and because of social media, they know kids from all the schools. They don't hate them.
Right.
They have rivals athletically, but they don't hate them just to hate them.
Right.
You know what I mean? We just hated them because they were our rivals. We would get in fist fights with them because they were from somewhere else.
Right.
Not because they did anything. They had a Benton sticker that was enough to fist fight. You think about that for a minute. We came out tougher. We fought all the time.
Used to go, to that rival school and either,
try to destroy you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
steal a statue or
you do all that
TV
stuff.
the school or
whatever, man. I mean, it's different now. So yes, the iPad, they're softer, but I'll tell you what, they're smarter.
Right.
They're smarter than we are.
Right.
I promise you that. The tech tools they'll be able to leverage that right now you look at and you go, I'm the same way. Some things I look at and it hurts my head a little bit. And I don't like admitting that.
Right.
But sometimes I look at it and I'm like, let me call my son.
Dude, I'm gonna, though, like, I'm gonna agree with you. That is the weirdest feeling, especially as, like, again, I'm 39.
Yeah.
But as, like, because I feel like I grew up in the internet generation.
Yes.
Again, I was born in 86.
Yeah.
So our internet started off as the dial-up internet, the 56,
right.
AOL,
That's right.
Yeah, exactly, AOL Instant Messenger and AOL chat rooms. You can't go up to somebody today and be
You've got
hey,
mail.
Yeah. You can't go up to somebody today and be like ASL unless they're like 30 and over.
Right.
Yeah, remember? Yeah. Anyways, but like I remember growing up in that generation of the internet and being like, oh, because my parents, we don't understand what he's doing. He's what's the internet and all that. And I always thought like I'll be in the tech, age of the world or whatever. And now I don't know nothing.
Well, now it's changed. You know what is funny? I was just thinking about it. I saw Jim saying, can you imagine calling a 900 number and getting that on the other end? I think he was talking about my voice.
Yeah.
But used to be, you did call 900 numbers and you'd listen to a recording, right? But if you,
they used to have commercials.
This is the one thing that has gone the opposite direction. They tried to change it, but you had, when I was a kid, you had, pornography were magazines or videos,
right?
Right? And there was no internet.
There was that secret room in the
that's right.
local rental movie,
the little back room area, or you went to the one or two places that had that stuff. But at the stores there were magazines, and some of them had covers over them, some of them didn't.
Okay.
And they were pretty much everywhere, and you would get your brother's hand-me-down Playboys or your dad's hand-me-down Playboys. I mean, they'd give them to you secretly so mom didn't know. You know what I mean? You'd be 14,
right.
15, exposed to it. And I think after that, there was like this backlash and they tried to shift that model away from the sexuality being so overt in public.
Right.
But look what happened. Now, now it's everywhere. Everybody's banging everywhere, every song, everywhere, right? I mean, so some things have gone the other way.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
It's so interesting looking at the different aspects of how life changes, as you evolve and grow.
Well, so another one, because we had gotten on the topic, and then, of course, and this was exactly what happened yesterday, we got off this topic, too.
Yeah.
But with the millennials, things they wish their parents understood. Sorry, that's my phone over here.
Yeah, that's why I
turned the
just hit
ringer off.
mine so I could.
Is that a lot of them are now regretting going to college because they've graduated, they've come out, and hey, guess what? It's okay. You and everybody else have the same degree.
Listen, hold on. Let's pause that. We're going to pause that. I want to come back because that's a long conversation and I want to have it.
Okay.
So let's park college because I need to get. Turkey's apparently dying because he needs the news he can use before he starts his day, and I got to take care of that. So let's do this.
Do it.
All right. I do have some news you can use here. So heat dome set to affect most of the country. Surprise! It's July in the United States.
You mean
it's hot.
Summer?
Yeah, it's called summer. Get over yourself. Your iPhones are getting some new emojis, so you'll now be able to use more photos or pictures of stupid things to tell people how you feel. That's great. A documentary on Ben Stiller's parents is coming to Apple TV. Now, Jerry Stiller, you may very well know if you hadn't thought about it. Jerry Stiller was George Costanza's dad on Seinfeld. Jerry Stiller was Kevin James's dad in what was the show, King of Queens?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been in a lot of
Dude
things.
used to annoy though.
Yeah, I think he's really funny, but I hear you. I hear you. I was going to say who's better, Ben or his dad?
Yeah.
I don't know. I hear you, Brad, wants some sports too. I got you, Brad. I got you, man. Let's see what else is going on. One of the side effects of the Texas floods, fire ants gathering in piles on the water. They get photos of thousands of the ants making rafts, which are making their way across social media. It's something they do. It's a interesting phenomena for ants. They will bind together and survive that way somehow. Floating down the river.
That
but
sounds like a
people are tripping
movie or
about
something, man.
It.
Like some ant monster that all like
no, it
forms
would be a
together
monster if he got you, man. They'll eat your ass up. Okay, let's see. Some more news you can use. You don't care about that. You don't care about. No, nobody cares about
Mitchell
that.
says, "Ask Turkey if he ever found his heat dress."
His heat dress. I don't even know what that is.
I have no idea.
Brian Koberger, the now serial killer, former student of criminology, sentenced yesterday to 4 consecutive life sentences, one after the other, without the chance of parole for killing the 4 University of Idaho students back in 2022 in November. The sentencing hearing included a victim impact statement. Well, yeah. He didn't speak during his hearing. He sat and listened. On the night of the 13th, he did murder Kaylee Goncalves, Madison Mogan, Zana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin were stabbed to death. So he's like a Mike Myers, Jason Voorhees type. Just came in and just wanted to kill everybody.
Speaking about which, I don't know if you heard or not or caught it yesterday, but they did an update on remember you gave that story about the guy that killed the firefighters? He ambushed them and everything?
Yes.
So they released more about the investigation, and apparently dude went to the fire department to be a firefighter, wanted to apply for a job, and then as soon as they started telling him all the qualifications that he needed to go through in the work, he got pissed off and went home, and that was his motive.
That was why he did it.
That was why he did it. Yep, was because.
So he was probably mentally unwell.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Jim said they do that in pools too. Fun to stick your hand in the skimmer full of ants. No, I don't stick my hand in the skimmer without a glove, bro. That's why. Spiders like to get in there too, man. They love it in there. Let's see. The House Oversight Committee issued a subpoena yesterday to Ghislaine Maxwell. That is the right hand of Jeffrey Epstein. They've asked her to give a deposition. This move comes as the committee also voted to ask the Department of Justice to release the documents related to the investigation. So that's good.
Well, they said we had touched on that yesterday. They said that this was they believe it's gonna kind of start to open up her negotiations for release or whatever.
Look, I mean, listen, if she comes and gives all the what you want,
right,
that's fine by me. I mean, I thought the whole point of this was A, to try to stop this shit, and B, to get to the people that we really needed to get to,
right,
who were bigger fish.
Right.
That's what I would hope we're doing, right?
I think so. What up, Jay?
What up? What up, Sorsby?
Did you get your tickets, man? They should have resent them yesterday. So.
Columbia University has agreed to pay $220 million in a settlement with the administration to regain its canceled federal funding. That's $200 million over 3 years for anti-discrimination law violations, and another $21 million tied to civil rights claimed by Jewish employees. Meta launched a new teen safety feature. It removed over 500,000 accounts. They purged 635,000 accounts that targeted minors with sexualized content or predatory behavior. So over 1 million teen users reported or blocked suspicious accounts after seeing safety notices. So they're launching these new safety notices to them to go, hey, this might be a harmful account to you.
Right.
So that's good.
Yeah.
That's good, I guess. Why don't you just shut that account down? Let's see what else we've got here. Okay, Ozzy Osbourne's final concert raised $190 million for charity. That now makes it the highest grossing benefit concert in history. Crazy that he died
like just a week.
I mean, a few days after.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, look, I mean, it's kind of poignant.
Yeah.
I mean, his life was about being Ozzy.
Yep.
And as soon as he couldn't be Ozzy anymore, it was done.
Yeah.
It was over.
It's crazy, man.
It's wild. I mean, because that dude, even though he couldn't stand up, I mean, he still sounded great. You know, the voice still sounded great. You know, he was still seemingly full of life, so to speak.
Right.
And boom, last show.
Yep.
You know, it didn't really shock me, to be honest.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that, but yeah, I could see that. I mean, I was initially like, oh, dang, but
I don't think that dude knew how to get old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That wasn't his bag. That was never the life he led.
No,
he was always the center of the party.
I do feel like, as stupid and corny as it sounds, I do feel like it was very much like mission complete.
Yeah.
You know?
No, it kind of was, man. He did that last show. It reunited Black Sabbath, who hadn't been together in, I don't know, 20 years, whatever it was. All these stars lined up.
Right.
And then, boom, he said, I'm out, bitch.
You're right.
I'm out.
You know?
I got what I needed. I'm at peace. See ya.
I kind of,
Yeah. Amazing, too, because, again, how time changes.
Right.
When I was growing up, in the late 70s, early 80s, and Ozzy was the Prince of Darkness.
Right.
And, you know, boy, did adults hate him. A lot of adults hated him. He was the devil.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Oh, he was the devil. He brought in Satan.
Right.
You know, now
he
fast
eats
forward.
rats and bats. And,
Fast forward to 2025. Ozzy, the elder statesman, nearly got a presidential send-off.
Right.
You know
right.
what I mean?
You're not lying.
I mean, think about that for a minute. You think Snoop Dogg won't also? Snoop Dogg, the gangster,
right,
who started his songs about bitches, hoes, and
right, is gonna. Oh yeah.
But when he dies, see if the world doesn't roll out for Snoop Dogg,
and
that's what will happen, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. How times change.
For sure.
How times change. Right. Here's another good story. Georgia grandmother and a 26-year-old Army veteran are being praised for stopping a passenger who tried to get in the cockpit on an airplane from Atlanta to Tucson. When no one else acted, Apparently, Nicole Pruitt is being held as the hero. She said she was acting on, she said, I just did what I had to do, basically. But she said she was traveling to meet her grandson, said she needed to do something when no one else tried to stop him. So she jumped into action and, along with others, restrained the passenger until the situation was under control. The video showed the woman lying on the floor with the hero standing nearby. Despite the disruption, she was determined to continue her trip. So good for her. Didn't say how old she was. Just said she's a grandma. But, you could be a young grandma.
Right.
Some grandmas now
some
are hot.
grandmas are right,
Some
grandmas at 40, and you're just like,
Yeah, there's some of them grandmas out there now, though. You know what I'm saying? There's grilfs in real life. Grilfs IRL.
Dude, there was a story yesterday I did.
Yeah.
It was in Australia. But it was about this 38-year-old that apparently gave up her apartment, moved out, and moved into her aunt who had passed away, but her aunt's retirement home apartment.
Oh, okay.
And was just like, this is the greatest decision ever. It's $300 a month for rent. Like, I have daily activities,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
It was the craziest
That
thing
is
I'd ever
funny.
heard of.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. Here's another Ozzy story. The hard partying ways of the late great Ozzy are stuff of legend, but most know about the bat, the Alamo. Here's an under the radar gem from a 2020 GQ article. Ozzy was a member of the Church of England, believe it or not, and there was a day when a vicar paid a visit to his home. A vicar's a clergyman.
Okay.
Osborne had just whipped up a cake that he made with hash, and he'd put it in a tin and told his wife not to let anyone eat it. That request was ignored, and it was given to the vicar while he was out at a pub. Well, when Ozzy got home, he said the vicar he was slumped over in the chair. He said he dragged him to his car and drove him home, even though he didn't have a driver's license, and then walked home. As for the vicar, he told Ozzy he must have caught a bug that caused him to hallucinate for 3 days and miss church. That's pretty great right there. That's pretty great. A couple tried to get it in on a JetBlue flight from New York to Sarasota. I don't mean like going in the bathroom and doing it. They tried to do it in the seat.
What?
Christopher Arnold and Trista Riley from Connecticut, accused of engaging in sex activity mid-flight in view of a mom and her kid. They're now facing lots of charges, primarily for being an idiot.
Wow.
The National Transportation Safety Board can reveal that a small Piper PA-18 plane crashed near Alaska in September. It did kill a guy, Buzzy Peltola Jr., the husband of former Rep. Mary Peltola. But why was it? Well, investigators found the plane was overloaded with moose meat by at least 117 pounds and had moose antlers strapped to the right wing, creating drag. So he got too much moose meat.
Wow.
And he snagged the antlers on the wing because he didn't think about, that could cause a problem for me. Damn.
Dumb ways to die.
Hey, studies show tickling rats will lead them to bond with you. There you go, New York. There's the solution to your problem. Tickle the rats. Thank you. You're welcome. We'll save that one for later. All right, a little bit of sports here. Sources say that the NFL and ESPN are within closing distance of completing a next era defining, their quote, not mine, media deal. That deal would see ESPN acquire NFL Media, which is the arm of the league that focuses on content and runs the NFL network. No coincidence that this coming fall will see ESPN's programming become available as a direct-to-consumer product at a price point of $29 a month. $29 a month for ESPN? I don't care how much product you have on there.
Dude,
$30 a month is...
People are going to pay it.
They are. That's outrageous.
They will.
Tactical said my mom was overloaded with moose meat. That might be true. That might be true, Turkey. I don't know. You and my mom, what? Do you owe her any money or what? Is that what you're trying to tell me? You still owe her? I don't know. In New Jersey, A Little League baseball player in New Jersey barred from playing in the state final because of a bat flip. In an earlier game, 12-year-old Marco Rocco, which might be the most New Jersey name ever, was ejected after hitting a dinger and celebrating in the most modern way he knew. A request for an emergency temporary restraining order has been filed on his behalf in hopes of seeing the suspension overturned. Really? An emergency restraining order? Who is he, Mike Trout? I mean, what the hell are you talking about here? What? Come on, man. Let's see real quick if there's one more sports thing I thought I had.
So we had talked about it a bit yesterday, but I do have the official map to the playoffs for the Wise Guys, man.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, so this is the way everything works out because this is the last home game, last game of the season.
Okay.
Everything rides on this Saturday.
Okay.
So to host a playoff game, we win Saturday.
Yeah.
The Ozark Lunkers would need to win.
Okay.
And then we would move to the number 2 seed, which would give us home field advantage in hosting the playoff game.
Okay.
All right? If we lose, we won't.
Mm-hmm.
But if we lose, we would have to pray that the Goats lose, and then we would move to the number 4 seed and still advance. Now, the Goats are going against the Eau Claire Axemen this weekend.
Okay.
Pretty much look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it at all. Pretty much a guaranteed win for the Goats. Axemen, they've got some work to do in the offseason. I don't know,
They're
much more than
men.
that, but the Axe.
They're ass men. I'm sorry, that's inappropriate. I apologize.
To advance, we win Saturday, we're in. If we lose and the Goats were to win, then we also would not advance any further. Season would be done.
So if you lose and the Goats lose, or
Yes.
Goats win.
Yeah, so if we lose and the Goats win, which pretty
Jesus.
much they're guaranteed. Yeah, that's why I
Sounds
said
like
there's a lot
8
of math,
parlays.
right?
It's a bunch of parlays and stuff here. Somebody do the math here. I don't know. Carry the one,
Right.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
so
told you it was
what
a
we
crazy
need
math.
is a dub.
What we need is a dub, and
Yeah.
we're going to get it.
Let's get a dub.
Right.
Let's do that, and that'll be great.
So I don't know if you want to do the same thing today. We totally can. It'd be a little easier for me to keep up with. But basically, I told everybody yesterday they gave me permission to give out a family 4-pack of
Right.
tickets to the Wise Guys games all throughout the week. So yesterday we did basically if you came on to YouTube and hit the subscribe button and give us a comment and chat or whatever, just say,
Yes.
hey, what's up? Then I would add your name to the list, and then I put it on this random, you can see it here, this random wheel of names, and just had
okay.
it pick out a name at the end of the
Oh,
at the end of the
that's
show.
a great.
So,
I like that idea.
cool. So
I
if you want
think
to do
that's
that
great.
again, we'll do that again.
Yeah, let's do it that way then. I think that'll be very good.
But yeah. So family 4-pack of tickets up for grabs right now to the Wise Guys this weekend. You gonna come out?
Yeah,
Are you?
yeah. I'm gonna sit with you.
Oh, okay.
You didn't know that?
I did not.
Yeah, I called your boss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit there and give you a
And just-
critique
Okay.
throughout the whole thing and let you know how you're doing.
That'll be great.
Does that
man.
sound good?
Absolutely.
You like that? That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. All right. We'll be back with something else here in a second. I swear. I think maybe. Surely we will. Yeah.
Bare feet on the dashboard, wind in your hair. That sundress swaying like you just don't care. Radio playing our favorite tune. You laugh like the stars all showed up too soon. I don't need a map, don't need a plan. Got the world sitting right here in my hand. 'Cause baby, you feel like a summertime breeze, like a slow dance swaying in the Arkansas trees. You're the glow on the water of a midnight lake, and I swear my heart is yours to take. With the sun going down this ain't heaven, it don't mean a thing. 'Cause baby, you feel like a summertime breeze, like a slow dance song in some worn out jeans. You're the calm in the storm, but crickets all sing. If this ain't heaven, it don't mean a thing. 'Cause baby, you feel like a gentle June tune, dancing barefoot 'neath the Arkansas moon. A melody strumming on my heart. With you I found my perfect home. With the sun going down and your hand in mine, a little red cooler full of cheap red wine. You lean on my shoulder, the crickets all sing. If this ain't heaven, it don't mean a thing. Let baby you feel like a gentle June tune, dancing barefoot 'neath the Arkansas moon. A melody strumming on my heart. With you I found my perfect part.
All right, we are back. Hey, let me just mention, if you are maybe you're tired of driving that jalopy, maybe your kids are giving you hell because they're like, "Listen, don't drop me off in front of the school. Drop me off like 2 blocks away. I'll walk
Get
the
you
rest of
going
the way."
back to
Yeah,
school.
I don't want anybody to see me in this ride. Go over to Fitz Auto. Let them get you current. They'll get you in something nice, get you something modern, a late model, something with low miles, something you can be proud of, that your kids won't be embarrassed to get in, that your wife will look at you and go, you're all right, man.
Right.
You got me a nice ride. I appreciate you for that. And listen, you're saying to yourself, man, listen, I got some credit problems. That's okay. They specialize in it. Buy there, pay there, but they report to the credit bureau, so it'll help you rebuild that credit and get it stronger again. They're great folks. They have great rates. They've been there for almost 40 years now. Go check them out, 8421 Stagecoach Road in Little Rock, or go over to fitzauto.com and check them out. So
Mistress
you had,
says she loves that song.
oh, well, good. Yeah, I'm glad you do, Mistress. I'm not sure who wrote that one. I think
That was Brandon.
It was Brandon's, I think, wasn't it?
Yep, that was Little Red Cooler.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, give him the credit for that one. So you left us parked on College, right? Is that where we parked on a minute ago?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about. I'll tell you what I think that the difference there with College now and then is, and again, you'd have to be older to understand this, but in the 70s and 80s, if you had a credit card, any credit card, you probably had money.
Yeah.
There were no debit cards. That came much
But that was
later.
when checks were popular.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. People wrote checks,
Right.
often hot. If you had an American Express card, you were probably rich
Right.
at that time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and so not everybody had a credit card. Then they started giving everybody debit cards, and then that came in the bad credit cards.
Right.
So everybody had a credit card, and what did that do? It screwed everybody up, is what
Yeah.
it did. You gave people with bad credit cards, and they did exactly what you would think people with bad credit would do with them.
Spent money and didn't pay
they
it back.
went and burn them up.
Yep.
Yeah. Or worse, you send them to college students who've never had credit. And what are they going to do with it? You know what they're going to do with it. College kids do with it.
Right.
They're going to burn through that shit.
At the bar.
Yeah. So I say that to say that in the same era, if you went to college, it was like if you were a football player going to the NFL.
Right.
If
It was
you
a big deal.
It was
Oh,
a
yeah.
big deal
Oh,
to
yeah.
go to college.
Oh, yeah.
You had to be among the smartest in your classroom.
Right.
You had to be amongst the best in your class.
Right.
People who went to college had 3.8s, 4 points, 4.2s. They had, you know,
They
great.
didn't have the
they
0.25s
had
that I was
the great SATs or whatever's right. Or me, or whatever scores that you had that would lead you to get that college degree, okay, or to get eligible to go to college.
Right.
Then you would go to college, and when you came out, you were almost guaranteed you were going to work because guess why? There were very few people in college.
Right. Right.
Okay, only the elite went to college.
Right.
So when the elite went to college and the elite did well and they came out, they had a job.
Right.
But then what did they do? The same thing they did with credit cards. They said, well, we got to make sure everybody goes to college so they can get a job, right?
Right.
Because guess what? Factory life is kind of going away. We're not seeing as much of that. We got to get everybody through college. And you know what happened is then you had a billion people with these watered down degrees and they come out and
flood the market.
surprise.
Right.
Guess what? Those jobs aren't there.
Right. Right.
Because there were too many degrees for not enough jobs. You know, so going to college now is, I don't want to say it's dumb. It's not dumb if you are strategic. If you're going to college to be in the medical field, if you're going into college to be in IT or cybersecurity, if you're going for some of these elite, high-level jobs that require that and there's not a lot of competition.
Right.
That's where that's going to work.
Right.
But if you're going to college to get an English degree and you aren't planning to be a teacher, what the hell are you doing? And I mean that sincerely.
Right.
Are you going to be a writer? Because that degree, there's a million of them. A liberal arts degree, what do you, come on, man.
Right.
You're not doing anything with that degree. You're just collecting debt, man. Yeah, you got a little smarter maybe going to college. Maybe. You know? But you're not going
Kind of feel like that's where, like, the if it hasn't hit there already, like where the social work and therapy careers would be heading, man, because that was such a popular degree for so long. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so many people came out disillusioned to find out after 4 years in a psychology degree that you're not a psychologist. At best, you're a counselor.
Right. Right.
Or a social worker.
Right.
Surprise.
Right.
You need another 4 to be anything in that regard.
Right.
Oh, and that's a lot more money.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, no, absolutely. What was it? What happened to your 800 pounds? Oh, you're talking about my money. I guess I did leave people on a cliffhanger, didn't I?
Well, yeah, and we heard yesterday that somebody said you got it on its way.
Well, yeah. So what happened is I thank God, man, for modern technology.
Right.
Because, and honestly, thank you to Arkansas Federal Credit Union, just in general terms, because, you know, again, 20 years ago, you call your bank and tell them this, they'd be like, sorry.
Right.
Sorry about your luck, you know. But here's what happened. I called them, and I talked to them at length, and we went through it. And they went, yeah, no, I see it here. Here's where, you know, I said, yeah, if you'll put the stop point at the DQ and everything that happened from there. So we had a gas station trip that was $41.
Jeez.
So they got some gas, probably, I'm guessing, got some candy and shit or something.
Right.
You know, maybe a vape, who knows?
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew, yeah, definitely Mountain Dew. Then they went to not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 liquor stores.
Dang.
4 of them. Yeah. 4 liquor stores. So they had a party, didn't even invite me.
Right.
I sponsored it. They didn't even invite me, you know. But luckily, they said, here's what we're going to do. We're starting an investigation.
Yeah.
We've shut down that card. We're pending everything. And it will be provisionally returned to you within 10 days or less.
Okay.
Presuming as long as the investigation doesn't find that you're full of shit. That's not how they said it, but that's what they meant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what we had to do. So yeah, my money's coming back because it wasn't me that took my own card to Pine Bluff to 4 liquor
Right.
stores. It was like, yeah. And what's cool too is if you stop and think about the tech, even though it was probably the second or third transaction, something flagged my bank. Probably the second liquor store transaction said, hey, why is he going to so many liquor stores? Is this you? And it sent me that message to stop it. You know, so at least I got a heads up to stop it before they bled it all out.
Right.
Because who knows how many liquor stores they may have made it to. They should be stocked for the season. That's what I know. If you see someone in Pine Bluff, if you go in their house and they've just got booze everywhere, send them to me, would you? I think I might need to talk to them. I said,
Crystal
man,
Ann said her mom's card got hit this week too.
did it?
Yep.
Yeah, no, it happens. You know, it happens. It's clearly it's my fault somehow. So I lost control of the ball. I fumbled the ball somehow.
I think you were having that dream you were a gangster again and started
That's what it was.
sleepwalking and driving.
That's
to
what
Pine
it's
Bluff.
the ambient stuff. Yeah,
Right.
that's it.
Gotta
That's
get
it.
off that, man.
Let's
Stop snorting it.
Yeah, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm just going to do it. Let's see, what kind of stuff do I have for you here? I've got all kinds of stuff. This is a pretty good one. It kind of piggybacks on what we were talking about earlier, which is, kids tend to think adults have all the answers, but as you grow up, at some point you realize most people are just figuring out as they,
Right.
we're just
Flying by
figuring
the
shit
seat of our
out. Yeah.
pants, yep.
Sometimes those reality checks hit pretty hard, even when you're grown up. So a Reddit post had people sharing by asking, what's the adult equivalent of realizing there's no Santa? What's the adult equivalent of realizing there's no Santa?
Taxes in your paycheck.
1,400 responses came through. Man, that's a great one. Right off the bat. When you start work as a teen or adult and you get that, you're waiting on that first big check, and then you get it and you look at it and you go, God,
Right?
what is this? Welcome to reality, son. Now you know what Dad's been dealing with, don't you? Smart guy. Why don't you just write a check for it? That's why. Hard work at jobs doesn't necessarily equal or guarantee rewards and recognition.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's true. And that could be disillusioning to someone, especially young. You bust your ass, you work hard, and then you watch some ass clown get promoted where you thought you might be.
Yep.
That is that's bad. Happily ever after isn't a destination. It's a maintenance schedule. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yep.
about as true a statement as you get right there. That is as true a statement as you get.
We
It's a
got to doing
maintenance
real
schedule.
talk this morning.
Yeah, that's a maintenance schedule. Jesus. Realizing no one's coming to help you and you have to figure out shit on your own.
Yeah.
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 No, and that's a tough
and
place
welcome
to
to
be.
reality, yeah.
I've been there many, many times.
Yep.
Even recently I've been in that place. Yeah. Nobody's coming to help. You got to do it.
I was just in that place yesterday between 6:30
Yeah,
and
I can't
8:30, man.
imagine.
And
What
yeah.
was that? Nobody's coming to help.
Nobody.
Nobody came to help, did they?
All the people did, man. All the people still showed up. to
Yeah,
help
no,
me out,
they
so
showed
thank
up.
you
They
to
were- they
them.
helped,
But
didn't they?
The people that were supposed to be here. Yeah.
You shouldn't trust anyone 100%, at least to the point of ignoring your own opinion. Yeah. You sometimes you can buy into bullshit, and it sucks when you find out you did.
Right.
That it really is who you know. Life isn't a meritocracy. Yes and no. Sometimes who you know will get you there. Sometimes it won't. Sometimes you do have to do the work for it. It just depends. And even if you get there through non-meritocracy, if you can't do the job, you're probably not going to last, right? I mean, is
Right.
that fair to say? If you suck, you're not going to stay.
Right.
I would say most people, I bet over half of people got their job because someone recommended them.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's exactly fair. What's up, Ronnie James?
I had to look up the definition of meritocracy.
Oh, that being promoted based on skill set only, not
Right.
to do with any other influence.
I mean, that goes back to what I was saying, though, about teaching networking, man.
Yeah.
You got to know how to talk to people.
No, we were talking about that before the show, but you're exactly right. Y'all talked about it yesterday, which is, look, I've said this forever, that your senior year of high school is a waste.
Right.
It's an absolute waste of time, okay? Because you're at this point, you've got all the basics down. Now they want you to take the other classes, the higher level math, the higher level this, the higher level that maybe you don't need.
Right.
Right. Well, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with taking trig or calculus. I mean, if you're a math genius and that's where you need to be, because that's what you're going to do when you grow up, that's cool.
Right.
But I still think in your senior year, it should all be preparation for real life.
I agree.
How do bank accounts work?
Yeah. Yep.
How do you balance it?
How to
How do you
budget.
buy a car? How do you buy a house?
Yep.
What are credit card interest rates? What should I be doing here? How do I do this? How do I do this? How do I apply for jobs? How do I get a better job?
Right.
These are all things. What are the possible jobs out there? What have I not explored? How can I explore them all? Should I go to college? Should I not go to college?
These are all great points.
These
yes.
are things you should be learning that are much better than trigonometry.
Absolutely.
No disrespect. There is one kid in your high school who needs trig their senior year because they're going to go to NASA and be an aeronautical engineer. And that's the beginning of that, whatever they're going.
Right.
Okay, they need that. The rest of us don't need that shit. We need to learn how to pay a bill, how to get our credit right, how to buy shit.
How to survive.
Before we wind up behind the 8 ball because you get into college because you didn't know that degree was going to be a piece of shit.
Right.
Now you got $20,000 in student debt, not to mention they sent you a credit card your freshman year and you never had a credit card and you went and bought everything but good shit with it. And now you've ruined your credit before you even graduate.
Right. You started
So
off
welcome
great.
to the world, bitch.
Yay.
This is a rite of passage. Yay, you suck. Yeah, that's very disillusioning. That's facts, bro.
Congratulations. You did all this hard work and you still suck.
You suck. You suck. Jay said, nothing in my life hit me as hard as Santa. I refuse to believe in anything or anyone as much as I believed in Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's I get that. No, Santa you had a lot of faith in. Look, Santa could make your ass straighten up. Parents didn't have to whoop you close to Christmas time ever.
Right. Yeah.
They never had to whoop you near Christmas. I'm gonna tell Santa. He's not gonna come if you act like this. I'm sorry. You would lay it. You do anything. Please, Dad, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't
Don't tell
Santa.
naughty. Yeah.
No, you were committed to that belief.
Yep.
Yeah. No, that one and doesn't matter. The teacher that said she loved you. You were committed to her. Oh, never mind. That's not everybody. I apologize.
Teacher that said she loved.
Yeah, you know that teacher.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
You thought that was real, didn't you? It was not a real relationship. But you believed.
Oh, you must have been
you
so
believed.
disappointed.
Oh, so disappointed.
Oh, man.
So disappointed.
That explains so much
You
about
don't
you.
love me?
Right?
Really? You don't want to leave your husband? Oh, shit. My bad. I didn't know. I'll go home and cry for a while now. Yeah, that's crazy. All right, let's
No wonder
see.
you went and hid behind the
Man,
microphone.
you don't want to know anything, man. You don't want to know all the stories that are out there. You don't need them. What happens in life may not be your fault, but how
Why
you
banged your best
respond.
friend's mom.
I had
to
a
get back at
taste.
the teacher?
I had a taste for MILFs
Yeah.
in the day. Okay, I had a taste for the MILFs as a young man. All right, I developed a little fondness for that in my life. I can't help that. I was a smooth talker to adults. The regular girls didn't give a shit about me, but the MILFs did.
All right.
And I was like, hey, yeah, I can make that work, Yeah, it didn't work out really either. Lastly, what happens in life may not be your fault, but how you respond is your responsibility. Yeah, that's a hard one to learn, but it is true. It is. It says, I started out that way, went way backwards on credit, took twice as much work to get where I am now. I'm a lot wiser to what can happen. That's right, Turkey.
Right.
That's right. Brandon said they used to teach us to balance a checkbook. That's great.
Yep.
Nobody has those anymore, but it would be good to balance your bank account and learn that. Jim said mistress used flour to make snow tracks in the house last Christmas. I told the kids Scarface came to visit. No, that's great. That's great. That's fantastic. Disappointing how hard it is to make real friends as an adult. Yeah, I mean, I kind of get that. I think it depends on everyone's situation. Is a little bit different.
Right.
There are lots of people I'm acquainted with, lots of people that are quote unquote friends, and then there are the select few you're really close to, right? I mean, isn't that kind of how it works normally?
I think so, and I was recently having this conversation with somebody the other day, and like I also feel like your adult friendships like very much play into what financial class you're in as an adult.
To some extent, that's true.
To somebody like me, like I know that I have a lot of people that I would consider a friend and that would consider me a friend. Do I talk to them every day? No. Do I talk to them maybe once, a month or once, every couple of months? Absolutely. And we don't go hang out. We don't, go meet up and have brunch or have a few drinks or whatever. It's normally about a 5 to 10 minute phone call of, hey man, how's life been? Good, good. All right, cool. What's, any big updates? And all right, talk to you later. Have a good one.
I think
it's just
maybe she means organic friends, but to me, it seems like if you like, and I'm going to be really silly here, but if you like taking butterflies and putting them right by your BH for whatever reason, you can go find a group on Facebook that they all love butterflies and BHs, right?
Absolutely.
So it seems like more than ever what your interests are, you could find groups of people
that share those
that
interests.
share that interest.
Right.
And to me, it makes it maybe easier in some ways to have a friend. But if you're talking about an in-person physical friend,
that's where,
not an online friend, not a long-distance friend, not a Facebook friend, but an in-person human being.
Right.
The organic friend may be harder to find.
Yeah. That's what I think.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's what you're probably referring to. That circle gets smaller as you realize your money isn't for spending on your buddies' lack of financial responsibility. That can be true, bro. That can be true. I have lost some quote-unquote friends because I could not maintain helping them.
Right.
At some point, I had to go, listen, bro, I mean, I can't do it. I can't sponsor you.
Right.
I'm not adopting you.
Right.
You're going to have to step up. I don't mind helping. But come on now.
Yeah.
Come on
Every
now.
time, the bar tabs
you're
on me,
calling too much, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're calling too much, yeah. No, organic friends are trickier to develop, and not only that, you may have certain boundaries of things that are, look, if you go buy a house, if you were going to pick out a house right now, okay, there are certain things that are hard-nosed for you. It's an absolute, either I must have it or I won't have it.
Right.
Some people, for example, want a big backyard.
Right.
And if it don't have a big backyard, they don't want to see it at all.
Right.
Some people want a yard, they don't have to mow in the back. So the less backyard there is, the better.
Right.
You understand? So it's different, but boundaries with friends, you may have certain feelings politically these days.
Right.
That everybody wears outside that didn't used to always be outside.
Many people wear them.
And so it forces a litmus test on people.
Right.
So now people have to pass all your litmus tests, a gauntlet of them, to get to be your friend.
Right. That is very true.
Do you support this? Do you support this? Do you support this? Do you hate this? Do you hate this? Do you hate this?
Right.
Then we can be friends.
Right. But if
if you can't pass that gauntlet, but back in the day, that wasn't what it was.
You could agree to disagree. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it's even like that, like, dude, I can't tell you the amount of, like, dating app profiles that I've come across that, hi, I'm so-and-so and I enjoy blah, blah, blah. By the way, if you voted for Trump, just swipe.
Yeah.
If you did that, blah, 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 just swipe. If you think
That's
this
right.
is okay. If you listen to this song by this artist, just.
Yeah, and that's why suicide rates are higher because
Right.
those people have zero friends.
Right.
Because once you litmus everyone out because you want them to think exactly the way you do, you'll find that most people probably don't think exactly the way you do.
Right.
That's why I can tell you I could never pick a left or right side because both sides have things I don't agree with.
That is the number one best way to get me to leave you alone and never talk to you again.
Is to be one-dimensional?
Is to no. Is to put me through a litmus of hoops that I have to jump through to be your friend.
Have we
you start
ever,
doing that? I'm too.
Let me ask you a
I'm too
question.
busy to stop.
Have I ever one time that you can remember ask you, what's your belief on this?
No.
It's not necessary.
No.
I don't have to know.
Right.
You know, I mean, we get along, we have a good time. Now, I will say there are certain things that can be said to me by people that would end my friendship.
Yeah.
Now, whether I say it out loud to them or I just move on quietly, it's different.
Right.
But there are certain things, you know, and if you stop and really think about it, it probably would make sense to you what things might. I mean, look at the makeup of my family. You'd probably instinctually figure out what would bother Patrick if I said it.
Right. No.
You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So there are things that you could do, a person could do and have done, and that's what I was talking about. Is sometimes you think you got a good friend, and you get so far into they really get comfortable,
right?
And they say something, and you're like,
stupid.
"Oh no, not that,
right?
Oh, anything but that, man. No, done.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah. And unfortunately.
Yeah, but to your point,
and like I'll still.
But I don't litmus test people on. I don't know if we've ever talked about your Judaism, really, nor any of my religious stuff. Other than jokingly.
Right.
You know, I've never asked you any of that. I've never said, hey, do you believe in Jesus? Do you believe this? Because honestly, it doesn't matter to me.
Right.
You know, I'm not witnessing. I'm not trying to recruit anybody.
Right.
That's not my MO. You know, I just like people of all different walks of life.
Absolutely.
And I enjoy talking to people and hearing different opinions and different ideas because I think it makes me a better person than trying to isolate myself in one idea.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. It makes you cultured. It makes you aware of, different opinions around. But yeah.
Turkey said, people equal trash. I'm better off on my own in most cases. Now, see, I may not describe it that way. I understand what you're saying, but you're kind of saying what I'm saying, which is if they don't agree with you, then they must be trash, right? Laura is Patrick's best friend. Yes, that is correct. My wife is my best friend. My sons are right up there now too. They're both very, very, very good friends of mine. I love them very much, and I spend a lot of time, as much as I can, talking to them or whatever.
Right.
I'm still dad, but they're also my friends.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
I'm glad you have some friends.
Yeah, it's surprising, isn't it?
I mean,
honestly, it's surprising that I have any.
Like, I'm just, I mean, you're cool and all, but
whatever. Whatever. Rich has to die today, people. So we'll see if it's right now. I don't know. It might be. We'll be back.
It's so sublime, yo. That's right. I got my girl in the caddy, 4-door in a 6-body trunk. Yeah, she call me daddy, cause I'm the righteous father of funk. We bouncing at the stoplight, fenders moving to the beat. Everybody wanna get in right, it sure don't matter the street. Slow rolling in the roundabout, lifted and curving out. Purple paint popping under street lamps, flexing so hard I almost caught a real cramp. Sitting cloud wrapped in my crushed velour, grab a Cuban out the humidor. That Haitian smoke is silky smooth, but it ain't got nothing on this funky groove. We bouncing at the stoplight, fenders moving to the beat. Everybody wanna get in right, it sure don't matter the street. Chrome is shining so bright. Them catfish trying to get a bite. It might be the car that book 'em, but it's that groove that cook 'em. It's getting funky here tonight. Break it down all the way happen. Act like it didn't happen. Let's ride. Let's ride.
It's all
People
your
to
fault.
Just listen on to there.
What's up, Dubby? How you doing?
See, Jim, I can agree with that unless it's your kid hollering in public about how someone at another table is fat. Yeah, no, I've seen that too, man. No, you don't want your kids to do that. That's for sure. Let's switch to something fun and
Got
light.
names getting added to the wheel today. So.
Oh, do we? So who have we added in there? Who's eligible now?
So we've got Tactical, Little Doggy, Degenerate, Mistress Mayhem, Mitchell Rudder, Brad Elkins, Scotty Thorpe, Sean Skelton, Mark Wooten, Ray Jennings, David Wooten, Lindsay Kasich, Crystal Ann, Ronnie James, David Murphy, and Dovey.
Man, that's awesome, man.
Right.
That's a good number of folks in there right now.
All for a
this
chance to
bit.
win that
That's-
family 4-pack of tickets.
That's pretty good. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, man. We've
All
been
right.
missing Latasha and Doggy this morning. I don't know where.
Man, where are they at? What's going on with them? What's happening with them right now? Maybe they're at breakfast. I don't know.
Maybe.
Okay, well let's see what we got here. I've got some other fun things that I wanted to talk
What's up,
about. Like I
Landon?
said, aren't you a fan of those stupid dad jokes?
Oh yeah, man. I love those.
I know you are. So I got some here that you might like.
Okay.
Maybe you can take one of these. I'm only going to do so many of these now because these kind of jokes
My
drive
kiddo
me
started
crazy.
trying to pull them on me. He called me up on video chat the other day.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, Dad, is your refrigerator running?" He was with
Oh,
his friends
God,
outside.
yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "You should go catch it." Ha ha ha.
Click.
And I was like, "Yeah."
Did he hang up?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
right
that's-
afterwards, and
you
I was
gotta
like,
hang
"Good
up.
job,
Yeah,
kiddo.
you got to hang
Good
up.
job."
No, that's a good one.
That was a proud dad moment, man.
What's orange and sounds like a parrot?
You?
A carrot.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Why don't skeletons fight each other?
Why?
They don't have the gut. I told my wife she was drawing her eyebrows too high. She looked surprised. All right. Let's see if there's another one here that's worth reading. Why was the math book sad?
Why?
It had too many problems.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I bought shoes from a drug dealer once. I don't know what he laced them with, but I was tripping all day.
We need to do like the. Remember that was a popular clip for a minute.
Yeah, it
You'd have
was.
like aliens and stuff. Yeah.
Reading that stuff. Yeah.
Right. This happened yesterday too, man.
I'm going
Freaked
to
me
find
out.
one more here. Let's see.
What does a baby computer call its father?
What does a baby computer call his father?
Yeah.
Mother?
Data.
Oh, data. I get it. Ayo. That's a good one. What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet?
Boo.
Supplies. So dumb.
What do you call a Frenchman wearing sandals?
Man, I should know that one. Wearing sandals.
A Frenchman wearing sandals.
I don't know what.
Philippe Flop.
Philippe Flop. Okay, that was pretty good. Why can't you hear a pterodactyl go to the bathroom?
Because the P is silent.
You're damn right it is.
Yep.
You're damn right it is.
What's the difference between a well-dressed man on a unicycle and a poorly dressed man on a bicycle?
I don't know.
Attire.
Attire. That is, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. What do you get when you cross a snowman and a dog?
Snow dog?
Frostbite. God, I'm done with those, man.
In
I'm done
America, using the metric system can get you in legal trouble.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, we're done with those.
Yeah. I got one more, though, man.
Okay, give me the one.
All right. What do you call a fish wearing a bow tie?
I don't know.
Sophisticated.
Sophisticated. Yeah, that's it. All right, let's talk about this story because I think this lady's crazy. But I say this with all the love in the world. I think a lot of cat people, and you know who you are if you're that cat lady.
At least some things never change, man. Like, if you've got more than, I would say, 5 cats and you are one woman, you are officially, you're
There's
starting to
something
flirt with the crazy cat lady.
There's something up.
Yeah, once you go to like 7 to 10, you've
First
crossed
of
that
all,
line.
you're not going to get a man with the house smelling like that.
Right.
I'll tell you that much. What the hell just
It
happened?
happened yesterday, too.
Okay. A Seattle woman is suing the Blue Angels, as in the U.S. Navy Blue Angels, alleging that their fighter jet performances caused the death of her elderly cat and that she was blocked from voicing her concerns on the official Instagram account unconstitutionally. Lauren Ann Lombardi filed a complaint July 21st seeking relief. She wants money against 3 Navy officers in their official capacities. Commander Adam Bryan, Lieutenant Ben Bushong, and an unnamed social media administrator. She claims the Blue Angels annual flight demonstrations over Seattle in August 23 and August 24, 2023 and 2024, subjected her pet cat Layla to extreme distress. All right? Layla, who suffered from congestive heart disease, probably because it was a fat-ass cat overfed, became physically ill from the sound of the low-flying FA-18s.
Come on.
She said the noise triggered panic attacks, rose Layla's heart rate, leading to her euthanasia. The complaint argues that Lombardi's attempts to voice her opposition on Instagram were met with unconstitutional censorship after posting profanity-laced criticisms and sharing a petition, "We all want to feel safe. No more Blue Angels over Seattle." Said she was blocked by the account. She was prevented from commenting, getting information, participating in public discussion. So this action violated her First Amendment.
Oh, my goodness. Well, it needs to be.
You know, I don't know. I mean, I do appreciate the First Amendment, but I think the First Amendment applies to me to a public space.
Yeah. Well,
Your Facebook page may not be that public space. It's still operated by an organization. So I don't know if you can say anything you want to. Can you say anything you want and that's okay?
I mean,
anything?
That is true.
I mean, where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's First Amendment, can I go over to that page and put the N word 100 times?
Well, no, of course.
Okay. Then there is a limit, isn't there?
I mean, yes.
Okay. So there's a limit, and crazy people are the limit in my mind. That's the limit. No, we didn't kill your cat. Your cat was old.
I mean,
and
clearly,
fat.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what happened. It was old and fat, and it died.
That's what I was going to say. I mean,
You're going to blame the Blue Angels for it?
Right.
What about every other animal in the neighborhood that didn't die? Is there a class action lawsuit here?
Right.
Did every cat die? Go into cardiac arrest? Come on, man. It's silly. No, the Blue Angels didn't kill your cat. And if it did, your cat needed it.
Right. That's, yeah.
It was time to die, cat.
Was it on its ninth life? How were the Blue Angels supposed to know that that was going to be its final heart attack?
Yeah, and it was 2023 and 2024. So in 2023, you learned a year before that your cat was averse to the Blue Angels. They put out flyers and promoted it the next year. And you still stayed there and let your cat get messed up. You're a bad cat mom. You should have packed that cat up. You should have shaved your kitty, packed it up, and taken it somewhere else for a while. You know what I mean?
Right.
Uh-oh, no signal. Now, is that the TV, or does that mean that we're not going out? Are we live?
Hey, as far as
you
I
tell?
can see,
Are
we
we live, people? Let me know if we're live right now, because I see no signal, and I don't know if that's the TV or if that's us. So in the comments, somebody put, you're still live if we are, because that's the only thing I can see, your comments right now.
Right.
I can't see anything on the
It looks
screen.
like we're still good as far as what I can see.
Okay.
This happened yesterday too, man.
Did it?
Not for as long.
Hold on. Let me do some looking.
But yeah, no, we're still live.
Okay, good.
We're good.
So we just got maybe a loose connection or something?
Something, yep, there you go.
There we go. How about that?
There you go. Look at you fixing stuff. I'm so proud of you, man.
Well, you know,
You.
it may take me 3 days to change a starter, but not to jiggle a cord. And the next step was going to be to slap the TV. That's right. I said, shave the kitty and take it on down the road.
Remember, it's not a TV, man.
It's a monitor, for God's sake.
Use
You're right.
industry terms.
That's right.
Damn it.
We call it a monitor here, Rich. That's what we do. All right. I've got some other dumb things here that I wanted to share with you.
What's up, Joe Beth James Hale? They
Uh,
said you're good.
What up? What up? What up? Okay. So here you go. This is what happens again. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, right?
Yay.
A man in Thailand died surrounded by over 100 empty beer bottles after he shunned food and lived on beer alone for over a month.
Wait, say that again.
He died surrounded by over 100 empty beer bottles after he shunned food and lived on beer alone for over a month.
All right, then.
Rescue workers were called to a house in the Ban Chang district. Y'all know where that is. And to help a man who had reportedly suffered a seizure and became unconscious. Unfortunately, by the time they got there, he'd passed away, but identified as 44-year-old TN, a divorced local man and a father. According to the teen, he had been drinking only beer for over a month. And when he came home from school one day, he found him having a seizure in his bed. That's terrible, surrounded by beer bottles. I bet it smelled farty in there, too, man. I mean, I bet it smelled farty as hell. I mean, you're only living on beer?
Oh, yeah.
You mean you were putting out exhaust?
Yeah.
Catalytic converters cut off, bro. Straight muffler out. Straight tailpipe. When rescue workers arrived, they found over 100 empty beer bottles on the bedroom floor with only a path between them. The man used to, like an airport runway. The man's son told police that he cooked meals for his dad every day and came home and he refused to eat anything and he'd been living on beer only. While rich in calories, it says, beer lacks essential nutrients. Yes, that's right. Wow.
Who knew?
Rich in
Beer
calories.
was not part of a balanced breakfast, man.
Let me think about it.
Right.
People are so dumb, man.
How'd you get that jack body, man? Man, I drank about 200 Budweisers.
Yeah, right?
Woke up the next day.
That's exactly right.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, man. Body by Budweiser.
Body by Budweiser. Remember that was a big thing for a while, big shirt. Everybody had that shirt for a minute.
Wait, that was actually a shirt body by Budweiser?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely was. Yes. All right, here's the...
Oh, Latasha just decided to show up.
Oh, what up, T-Mac? This is actually some good news, and we can all use some of that. I saw this story, and I was like, wow, man. You know, for all the bad things that go on in the world, sometimes there's some great shit.
Right.
A man with the deadliest form of brain cancer, the deadliest, has no signs of the disease after taking a new experimental drug.
Wow.
Ben Trotman, 40, he was diagnosed in 2022 with a glioblastoma. That's the most aggressive cancerous brain tumor. Patients typically live 15 months after the diagnosis. The 5-year survival rate, 6.9%.
Wow.
So it's a death sentence if you get that, right? It's a death sentence. You got less than 5 years, probably less than 2.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So he was referred to the National Hospital for Neurology and Neurosurgery, where he was treated, and they talked about what happened. He's the only person enrolled in a trial that ultimately closed due to a lack of patience, but he received a medication that targeted immunotherapy treatment. I could go into the details, but unless you're a doctor, you're not going to understand.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? But more than 2 years later, he has no cancer whatsoever.
Wow.
It's very unusual to have a clear scan with a glioblastoma, especially when he didn't have the follow-up surgery that had been planned to remove all the tumor that was initially visible. It's not even visible anymore.
Dang.
It's not even that the cancer's gone. The tumor has disappeared. It's gone.
That is crazy.
It's gone, bro. That is amazing when you think about it.
Right?
That's amazing. Because when that dude got that tumor, when he was diagnosed with that tumor, you know that conversation,
Oh, yeah, dude.
your
Oh,
life's done.
right.
I'm done.
You need to put your final, how do you want to do the last 5 years?
Yeah, that's right.
What do you want to pack into
Yeah,
it?
we got to figure this out. I mean, it's
Right.
This is it. And 2 years later to be completely cancer free
Right.
of the deadliest brain cancer of all time.
That's amazing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's what an amazing technology, amazing
Now, was
world.
it, again, this
Yes.
is, I hate to be like the Debbie Downer here, but
Okay.
like, was it just that it was in a spot that, like, why did this guy get chosen? Does it
Well, I
say-
guess because of people who had a glioblastoma, particularly, is who they were looking for this trial, I guess.
Okay, okay.
And-
So
and
he just happened to be in the
he
right
was
place at the
only
right
one
time.
who
That
showed up
right.
for the trial.
Gotcha.
Nobody else did because nobody else apparently had been diagnosed.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I just always wonder hearing those stories because I'm like, okay, yeah, that is sweet and awesome. But on the flip side of that, like, let's say I just happen to walk into the hospital with a broken arm. And while they're there, they're like, oh, hey, by the way, you also have a tumorous cancer cell in your brain that's like stage 5. We have this trial thing that we could try out, but, your insurance doesn't cover it. And so we're going to need, a down payment of, $50 gazillion before we
Right.
can do
Well,
it.
in this case, it was a trial, but I'm sure that when it does come, it won't be cheap.
Right.
Not at least initially.
Right.
All right, but speaking of technology, here's another technology. Now, this is interesting, but I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. Ring, as in Ring doorbell.
Okay.
Okay, they have
Yeah,
the
they're
Ring doorbell
everywhere.
camera, Ring everything, right?
Right.
Ring's flying home drone could be launching soon after several years of testing. The Always Home Cam was first announced in 2020 and was slated to hit shelves in 2021, but it didn't work out. The gadget is the brainchild of the recently returned CEO, Jamie Siminoff, who's been testing the indoor flying camera in his office. He said they may be launching it soon in limited quantities. Ring showed off their security camera in 2023. The drone flies automatically around the home with obstacle avoidance technology so it doesn't crash into ceiling lights or the vase or something like that. Once it's scouted the perimeter, it flies back to its cradle when it recharges. They tout the gadget as a way for privacy hawk homeowners to be in two places at once. Some indoor cameras just monitor the room. Ours can move around it when you're away. Left a window open or the stove on, create flight paths ahead of time so you can manually check in from everywhere. The security device won't be able to fly manually, work outside, or zoom from one floor to the other, but it can give predetermined routes. You can give it predetermined routes around the house that it doesn't stray from. So that's interesting to have a drone kind of flying through your house, checking things out.
I mean, yeah, sure, why not? We'll go with that.
Yeah, it wasn't as exciting as it sounded to me. I thought it'd be like outside the home, doing a perimeter search or something.
All I can think of is like,
But
all
why
right,
do I need a drone? I just have a camera in each room.
right, number one. Number two, like, you're telling me if somebody breaks into my house and they see this thing going, zzz, that's not going to be the first thing they smash down?
Yeah, and what do you have, a little speaker on it? Hey,
Right.
You criminal.
Right, exactly. Like, what's...
I see you.
Right. Again, oh, now you don't. Boop,
Right, no.
And then also, like, I feel it's only a matter of time before, when the AI robots get released, that your robot links up with your Ring security camera and your Roomba vacuum cleaner and just kills you off that day.
It could.
Like,
It could.
it sends you home, it sends the camera to annoy you, it calls the robot thing out to come and mop the floor and create a wet spot that you'll slip on and bang the back of your head, and you're done. Robots took over. Congratulations. You
Turkey
win.
said, talking about the cure, they can cure about anything, but a patient cured is a customer lost. That's always been the argument for Big Pharma, is that maybe there's cures and they didn't want it because the money's
Right.
in the maintenance,
Absolutely.
right? The money's in the maintenance. And so that's one of the things they found out with the shot.
Right.
People getting rid of diabetes. Well, diabetes is probably the biggest industry of medication and supplies.
So
medically,
what's the next disease that's killing people that's gaining traction?
that's gaining traction.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna. Because I just feel like if we're beginning to solve cancer, they must have found something else that can make them more money to not cure.
TDS.
Yeah, maybe.
No, TDS. That might be the next big thing that kills people.
What is that? Enlighten us, Patrick.
I can't say it, man. Something derangement syndrome. Trump derangement syndrome. That's what I'm saying. It might be the next big thing to kill people. I'm sorry, it's just a punchline, okay? It's the first disease I thought of. That's why it made me laugh.
I will. I'll check again on that, Jay. They said they sent him out yesterday, so
Sent
I'll
what
get on
out?
that, buddy. The tickets. He hasn't gotten his tickets
Oh,
yet
okay.
from the team. So.
Oh, you better get them, man.
Dude, other people have, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there.
Well,
yeah.
shit, send him a new
I'll get
one.
them resent. Yep.
Send him 30 tickets. Maybe he'll get one.
There you go.
Yeah. I have the Beatus Type 1 for 33 years. Type 1's different. Aren't you born with Type 1? Type 2 is the one you earn by eating snacks. But Type 1, you just get it, right? It's just part of you, I
You get
think.
type 2 by eating snacks.
Well, you get Type 2, you get the sugars, you eat too much sugar, not enough other stuff. You mess up your insulin forever.
Right.
I hate to say it
go
as a
with
gun guy, but the High Point's, what is the High Point? What is this?
They're talking about, I think, a brand
What
of
is
gun, a High Point brand.
Oh, okay. All right. Do you know insurance companies don't pay doctors for every patient?
That sounded like the start of
That's
a
why
commercial,
doctors
man.
spend so little time with you. Approval letters say patient is approved, but this is a guarantee for payment. Oh, I don't know. No, I didn't know that. I'm not sure. Why would that be? I don't understand. If you have insurance or whatever, but I believe that. Brandon said Turkey kisses his cousin. What is that? What's going on over here?
I have no idea.
You guys are having a whole kind of.
Well, because Tactical said he hates to say it as a gun guy, but the High Point is fairly reliable. They're just heavy, clunky, and blah, blah, blah. And so I thought he was talking about the brand High Point, but then he said High Point is a cheap POS gun. So
Oh, okay. Okay. Just an inexpensive gun.
Degenerate Jim
that
says he carries a
Oh,
Taurus.
okay. He wants to hook that to the drone, is what it is. He wants to hook the high
Oh,
point gun
okay.
to the drone so you can smoke the person that's an intruder.
I got you.
Yeah,
Now that would be cool.
Now, see, yeah, a killing drone. That's the. How about a net gun?
All right.
How about if it shot a net that just shrunk up and pulled tight where they can't do anything?
Like a
But,
Spider-Man thing.
The problem with that
Well, that
would
one,
be,
then you get
the
charged
problem
with
would be,
false imprisonment.
That's right. I'd be charged somehow with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It'd be my fault that you broke into my house and got caught up in a net and,
Broke your leg. Wow. Broke your
or
ankle.
hyperventilated and died. I
Right.
mean, that's, it's somehow that's my fault.
Claustrophobic. You're
Yeah, it could be any of
claustrophobic,
that.
Robert.
Yeah.
Sucks,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. That's like the guy who, and this literally happened. He fell through a store ceiling, hurt his back.
Oh, yeah, I remember
And
hearing
sued
about
him
that. Yeah, and
for
won.
that. And won.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got money for it. And
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
That's insanity right there.
This is the world we live in.
Yeah, it is the world we live in. Let's do this right here, I think. Yeah, where's it at?
What you looking for?
Something like this.
Listen up now, I'll tell you a story. Without a doubt, it's kinda gory. It's the worst news you could ever hear. Things just like this make you fear. Lying lunched on a dumb guy's knee, or a big aardvark drowning some money. Why you laughing? Why you laughing? This shit ain't funny. What? This shit ain't
Well,
funny.
sometimes it is.
I meant to tell you
Yes.
before we get into that. Number one, happy birthday, Luke Shoemaker.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Number two, he had come in chat yesterday and announced, and I was looking for it
Yeah,
here.
it's huge.
But
huge,
yes,
huge.
their latest single is now on XM Sirius Radio, Octane, I believe, in
Yes.
full rotation.
Yeah, they took that song. This is a big deal for them because, okay, so if you don't know, Octane is a program on Sirius XM, and often on Octane, they'll put songs head to head against each other, right?
Right.
But just because you're in that doesn't mean that you go into full rotation. You know, to go into full rotation means you are playing, that song is regularly being played on that station now.
Gotcha.
And
Right.
so
Right.
for them, that's huge
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
it drives the single significantly. So it's a big, big thing for him. And not only that, but if I'm not mistaken, he was one of the songwriters on that.
That's awesome, man.
So
yeah.
that's awesome for him. So
Oh,
that's great. All right, so here's our daily tour of death and dismemberment and whatnot. Bad things happening to sometimes good or not good people. A 49-year-old dude died Saturday morning after a loose rock triggered a deadly rock slide on a steep trail in Little Cottonwood Canyon. That's by Salt Lake City, sending him tumbling hundreds of feet as boulders rained down. He lost his footing about 8:45 in the morning. That's too early.
Dang.
On the Pfeifferhorn Trail near Bell's Canyon, fell 700 feet in the debris. So that's 70 stories, if you're wondering. A doctor hiking nearby performed CPR but couldn't revive him. He was pronounced dead at the scene. A fellow hiker recounted the terrifying moment she witnessed. She and her husband, an ER doctor, had exchanged pleasantries with the man earlier that morning as they were going up and down the trail. I watched him as it loosened on him, and he fell backwards. Started a cascade of rocks, and he called for me to help, but I couldn't even process what was happening. Her husband and another hiker scrambled to try to save him in the gulch, performed CPR for several minutes, but were forced to retreat when a second rock slide sent chair-sized boulders crashing down. Yeah, that's not good. They airlifted his body out. Yeah, there was no, there wasn't much of it, you know, to
Right,
there.
to the left, yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't much you could have done with it. It was much flatter than it originally was.
Good morning, Betty.
What's up, Betty? Yeah, he may not have used Ozempic, but he got skinny. You know what I mean? What? Just saying. Just saying. Here's another one. One person killed, two missing after a group swept up in a waterfall near Bend, Oregon, Saturday. You see, nature will kill you. Don't think it won't. Don't think nature's your friend. It's not. The sheriff's office responded to a report of 6 individuals going over Dillon Falls at the Deschutes River. 3 people were rescued and transported to a hospital. 1 person confirmed dead, 2 others unaccounted for. Search and rescue efforts continued into Sunday morning. The sheriff's office said they deployed drones to search and worked alongside Swiftwater rescue team members. Authorities used 3 K-9 teams. The names of the individuals involved were not immediately released. But so apparently Dillon Falls, one of many waterfalls in Central Oregon, is open year-round and home to a lot of quick drop rapids. It's an area overlooking the fall, has a 15-foot drop that almost immediately turns into churning rapids. So, yeah, I guess they just didn't know what they were doing. And sometimes, man, you get thrown in the rapids, you can go underwater, hit your head on a rock, get caught up in undertow. I mean, there's a million ways that the water can beat you, but water remains undefeated. It is undefeated. Man, not Grandma.
Oh, no.
Not Grandma. Toronto police say a 14-year-old boy charged with second-degree murder
Oh, no.
after stabbing a 71-year-old grandmother in a parking lot while she was trying to load her groceries. She was rushed to a hospital following the attack, but succumbed to her injuries. It was unprovoked. Although the suspect fled from the area, police announced the arrest after a coordinated effort. A video the accused allegedly shared on social media, which has not been confirmed, relayed excuses for his monstrous act and might also have helped locate the suspect. She was a retired nurse, mom, wife, grandmother, awaiting the arrival of another grandchild. So they were able to find the person who did it. What does it say? I guess because he's underage, they haven't released the information. But, I mean, why? You just randomly stab some grandma? Is that like a gang initiation?
I mean, yeah, it could have been. Could have been.
I don't know what that is, but that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe she had money even.
I
You could have at least taken her to the ATM and got more money. I mean, you could have make her bake you a
Right, at
pie,
least rob her, you know.
bake
I
a
mean,
pie for
don't just
me.
kill her. She just got all them groceries,
sew
man.
up my clothes,
Right.
and put this button
Get to
back
know her,
on.
get access to the jewelry
Yeah.
some, get the combination
Life
of the secret
insurance.
safe.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, work your way up, man. A
Right.
quick stabbing. What'd you get out of that? Jail?
Nothing, man. Yeah, seriously.
That's not a good plan. You got a long
Gotta
term
think
map.
these things out.
Yeah, you got to grill for. Hey, baby. What's up? This is the last time you get turned down. Right and tight. You know what I mean?
You're horrible.
What?
You're horrible. This is why you worship Satan.
This is why it's the Legion, right?
Right.
All right, finally, this one. A blood-soaked porn star. That's not normally how I like it. A blood-soaked porn star convicted Monday of murdering two men in a West London apartment, then filming himself dancing naked and giddy over their corpses.
Okay. Right. Absolutely.
Yostin Moscata, 35, found guilty of murdering Paul Longworth, 71, and his partner Alfred, 62. Oh, Paul and Alfred, in July of 2024. Now, he was visiting the couple, set up a camera to record a sex session. So I guess, they were going to
Right.
go three-way on this. They're going to bring in a little guest here and,
Right.
have a little fun.
Guest spot.
Yeah, play Buck and Bronco or whatever. But instead captured his own rampage, battering Longworth to death with a hammer and stabbing Alfonso while taunting him, sneering, "Do you like it?" Then he decapitated and dismembered both.
Okay.
This is a real special cat.
Yeah,
right
man.
here. Footage played in court showed him naked and gleeful, spinning and singing as he danced through the apartment. Wow, man, this guy.
Wow.
I mean, something just snapped up in this
Something, dude.
I mean, something, which I don't know what went wrong, but the motherboard broke.
Something fried.
Yeah, some of the circuitry went bad right there.
Welcome to the latest edition of Murderers Gone Wild, ladies and
Right.
gentlemen, featuring all the new ones. Yeah.
Yeah, the newest and latest.
Yeah.
He's a Colombian national. He was
Slice
arrested.
and dice.
The slice and dice. The blender. He was arrested 3 days later, caught 100 miles away, trying to dump suitcases full of body parts
Wow.
off a bridge.
Wow.
Off
wow.
a bridge. The chief
Dude
detective.
went full Dexter.
He did. Chief detective said, "This is the most traumatic murder investigation I've ever dealt with." He said, man, hundreds of hours of footage, including some of the most disturbing and graphic I've ever seen. Yeah, no, I can't imagine having to watch that.
That is insane. Wow.
That is tough right there, man. I mean, these dudes were so, that's the bad part is these guys were so excited.
Right.
They're like, listen, it's Paul and Alfred. Think about it. Paul and Alfred, okay? These are older dudes, right? They're older
Just
guys.
living their best life.
They're older.
Right.
They probably came through the gay revolution, of the 70s and 80s before, it was acceptable
Really
and all
funny that they were
that.
porn stars and you used came through. But
Yeah, I know, right? So probably, they fell in love. They've been together.
Right.
Finally, after all this time, they're like, you know what? I'm secure enough. You're secure enough. Let's let's have a threesome.
Right.
Let's do it. It'll be
Why not?
exciting.
Sounds great.
It'll be great.
We've done all these other.
Yeah, we've lived our life, but we've never lived this fantasy.
Let's go for
And
it.
so but they say, well, let's get somebody who's hot. Let's get a porn star. And they bring in the porn star, and he snaps a cracker and kills them both.
Right, dude. That's
What a
horrible way to
letdown.
go.
What a letdown.
I'd really appreciate it if you stopped looking at me that way when you're, talking to me. But anyways,
You're weird.
you're weird, man.
You're weird. He couldn't afford the bill at the end.
I didn't want to ruin his credit.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Dude, that is like for real though. That is there is just wow.
That's wild. I mean, I don't even understand how that happened.
I don't.
Some people. This is the kind of story where some people go, "This is why I believe in demons," and I get it.
Right.
I have to say, while I don't necessarily agree at that, believe in spirits that possess you.
Right.
Stories like that make
Something
you go,
have to. I mean,
it doesn't sound satanic. It sounds messed up.
just
Brandon.
what can you even say to
Most
that?
Satanists seem to have some kind of code of ethics about them. They only kill people like in ritual sacrifices. They
don't just do it for fun.
go to kill
They
to
just
kill.
don't
They have a
sport.
meaning to it. This guy's just doing it.
It's not like you call up
cuckoo.
your, Satanist buddy Jim on Wednesdays and they're like,
Right.
"Hey man, you want to go kill some people or you want to
No.
go bowling?" Like,
No, this other dude probably finger painted with his own boo boo.
For real.
That's a different kind of cuckoo. Satanists think things through. They have some kind of logic. It may be crazy, but it's a logic.
dude just straight out.
This guy just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and then some.
Yeah.
Forget the Cocoa Puffs, just cuckoo. He wished. Nah, never mind. That's terrible though, right there.
That is
We'll switch gears then. Before we say goodbye, what do you got to promote? How about the Wise Guys, man?
Yeah, so we got Wise Guys this weekend. Saturday, Hot Springs. Sorry, I was looking at something else here. I'm going to be right there in Hot Springs. That's not going to work at the Banco ZK Arena. Oaklawn Field, doors open at 6. Game
The
throw-off is at
last
7. The last home
Regular season game.
game. You got it.
Maybe the last home game, but maybe not if
If
they win and the other guys win.
Yep.
It's possible they could host some, but they need everybody to come out and support them, so do that.
Absolutely. And right now we're going to give away a family 4-pack of tickets.
That's right.
Let's see. I'm spinning it now. And no, that's not going to work because they're not here. I should have taken them out.
Okay.
All right. We'll give it one more spin.
One more. Uno más, por favor.
I think he won yesterday also. Yeah.
You should clean up your list.
Yeah, I should clean up the list, man. Well, Landon and Latasha won yesterday.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Let's go with Sean Skelton. Looks like.
Sean Skelton.
Yep.
Yep.
There you
Yep,
go.
Yep. Oh, Sean, that's a family 4-pack. Sean's a winning fool.
There you go.
He wins stuff, man. That's a winning dude right there. He's been a follower and fan for many, many years. I helped he and his lovely wife sell a home,
Nice.
and just good people. But he has a knack for winning.
Okay.
He used to call the radio station and win tickets all the time to shows. So
there you
his
go.
knack continues.
Be sure to
great.
give me your email address, and I will
That
get
is
the
great.
team to email you those tickets, and then I will not be here tomorrow. I'm
Oh,
going
yeah.
home.
I'm going to need somebody. Woodall, are you coming tomorrow? Oh, look, I got to get.
Yeah,
my
you're gonna have
dog.
to get him.
He's not here right
today,
now. Brad, Brad's never been up here. Brad, you need to come in.
Yeah, Brad's been up here.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
been up in the studio.
Yeah, but I mean, absolutely invite him again for sure.
When did he come? It was before the Wise Guys game. Wasn't
Yeah, it was before that. I think
Okay,
it was. It
that's
might have
right,
been
that's
just
right,
after
that's
the
right.
first one or just before it.
That's
yeah.
right.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep,
That's right.
yeah,
I do
yeah.
remember that. I do remember
Yep.
that him coming in. He didn't bring us any shoes though.
No, and I need to get with him on some, man.
Yeah,
as soon
no
as I
doubt.
get back. But yeah, I take off tonight, 7:30, flying up to Michigan to announce for the Midget Wrestling Warriors, and I'll be back. It's going to be a jam-packed weekend, man. I'll get back in Little Rock at noon on Saturday, and then drop a couple things off at home, grab the other suit, and off
Man,
to
you jet set.
all right,
Doing
off to
your
the Wise
thing.
Guys.
Yeah, that's an exciting weekend for you, isn't it, man?
Absolutely, man.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
ready for
awesome, man. That's so awesome. Well, I'll be excitingly here tomorrow, and if you want to come up and hang out, it'd be great to have some folks in here with me. I'll be working on a good rant today. I promise you that. I may be running it by myself tomorrow. Who knows what's going to happen? But we're doing a show tomorrow. That's for damn sure. Meanwhile, I'll be real estating all weekend. Is what I'll be doing.
Nice.
So if you need some help with any kind of home buy or home sell, reach out to me. It's what I do, and I'm pretty good at, especially with helping first-time buyers.
Man.
My most recent couple got in for, I think, under $2,000 total was the number.
I saw you had posted some yesterday
I did.
on Facebook, man. And I think it was this one, man. That
Oh,
one-
yeah.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah,
looking,
yeah. I do have a house in West Little Rock, or not West Little Rock, in the Heights area. It's the Union Depot area, which is by the deaf school.
Okay.
And it's a beautiful 2-story house. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, 2 living rooms. Literally every single thing. The only thing not new are the studs.
Dang.
And when I tell you, it's got a new roof, it's got a new HVAC, it's got new floors, it's got new bathrooms, it's got new kitchen, it's got new cabinets, it's got new appliances, it's got everything.
Everything's new.
Every single thing in it is new, and it's $235.
Wow.
$235, man. You're talking about over in the Hillcrest area, a 2-story with a driveway, off-street parking at the end of the street. For $235, that's a good deal right there.
That is, man.
Brandon said sounds expensive. Well, $235 is
It's
not.
not bad, man.
$235 is not.
How many?
Definitely not.
How
That's a
many
good deal.
bedrooms did you say?
3 bedrooms.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, 2 full baths.
Yeah.
A beautiful home all the way around. I mean, it's just you just go look at the pictures online, the video that I posted yesterday. For that kind of price, it's a great deal.
Right.
I mean, because everything in it's new.
Right.
And it's in a cool vibe area. So if that's what you're looking for, holler at me. Otherwise, holler at me for any kind of house you're looking for or that you want to sell or land or otherwise. And don't forget, get on YouTube. That's where we need everybody to follow us and join in our chat there. It'd be best if you were there. You're going to get the most bang for your buck. All right? We're out.
Later, everybody.